I never stopped loving you. I just ran out of pages. Aliyah clutched the diary as if holding his hands again. That evening, she did something she hadn't in years. She returned to Lucknow. The Haveli stood the same, though age had withered its grandeur. Her father's study was untouched, the air still thick with old paper and perfume. She sat by the same window, lit a candle, and began writing, not a fictional tale this time, but their story. A memoir of truth, grief, and finally, freedom. The city remembered her as the successful author, but for the first time, she wrote under her own name. The book was called Ankahi Kahani. It became a phenomenon, not for its craft, but for its honesty. Readers felt the ache, the hope, the unsaid that lived between the lines. Kabir's younger brother, who now ran a small bookstore in Delhi, reached out after reading the book. He handed her something Kabir had left behind, a key. Aliyah flew to Istanbul, where Kabir had spent the last years of his life. The key opened a small flat overlooking the Bosphorus, filled with sketches of her, old ghazals, and unfinished letters. Aliyah sat at his desk, touched the pages, and wept, not in sorrow, but in reunion. She spent the next month there, finishing the book they were meant to write together. It was titled Akir Laughs, and it began where Ankahi Kahani ended. This second book wasn't about secrets. It was about what comes after the truth is finally spoken. And though Kabir was gone, his voice lived in every sentence. When it was published, people called it a masterpiece of love and longing. But for Aliyah, it was something more. It was a closing of a loop, a prayer answered late, a silence broken. Back in Lucknow, her father, now old and bedridden, read both books. He never spoke a word, but a single tear rolled down as he turned the last page. Forgiveness came not through confrontation, but through the power of truth finally finding voice. Aliyah never returned to Mumbai. She stayed in Lucknow, teaching young girls the power of writing what scares you the most. Every Sunday, she visited the same balcony where it all began, with a diary in hand and silence in her heart. But this time, the kind that feels like peace. Ankahi Kahani wasn't just a book. It was a revolution. A whisper turned into a roar. A secret finally and beautifully revealed.